Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with the empties for December. So this is technically my last empties for 2021 and obviously I usually post them later in the month after, so that's why it's going up now. I don't have too many products to share with you today, but I'm gonna jump straight into it. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family, but let's just jump into the products. So before I jump into the products that I have here with me, I'm actually going to share with you 4 products that I finished up when I was in Sweden at my parents' house. And since I was flying back, I did not want to bring the rubbish back to the UK, so I just used it up there and then I left it in recycling at my parents' house. So I have pictures to show you what I used up though, so I'll put them up while I speak about them. Yeah, and just go through them. So let's start with hair care because I have 2 hair care items that I finished up in Sweden. The first one is my dry shampoo from Empties. This is the one that I finish up all the time. Currently working on a really big bottle here in the UK, but I did have a small one at my parents' house in Sweden that I finished up. The original scent is fine. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely better than some other ones, so it's one that I go back to quite often. But that is the first product. The second hair care product that I finished is my Olaplex. So this is the Olaplex number 3, which is like the deep conditioning kind of treatment that you use as a pre-shampoo treatment. I again had one at my parents' house with a little bit left in it, and I used it when I washed my hair there twice, and then I finished it up. So that is the second hair care product that I finished, and I really like Olaplex. I'm currently having the Olaplex number 2 because I bought the like salon range with number 1 and number 2. Number 1 you use when you bleach, number 2 you use afterwards as more of a treatment. But for my research, number 2 is basically like a stronger version of number 3, so I'm currently just using that like every couple of washes or so as like a treatment, and it really is helping. I love Olaplex. It's really good if you have damaged hair. If you just have dry hair, I don't know how well it would work for you, but if you do have damaged hair, I would really recommend Olaplex. So for example, if you have bleach damage, or just you dye your hair, or even like doing some sort of perm, or you straighten your hair loads, things like that, I think Olaplex will be really good for you. So yeah, that is the second product that I finished. I also have 2 skincare items that I finished up. The first one is my tretinoin. It looks like this. Yeah, this is on prescription, so it's not easy to get a hold of, but if you can get tretinoin or Diffray or something like that, I would really recommend it because it is probably the number 1 thing that changed my skin. I am slacking a bit right now using it. I need to get back into the habit of using it like every other day or so. But yeah, it's amazing if you haven't tried it. But again, it is quite hard to get a hold of, especially in certain countries. But I do think you can get it now in the US without a prescription. And I know as well in countries like Spain you can also get it. Here in the UK and in Sweden you can only get it off prescription, or I think it is still on prescription, but you can get it via like online services, or of course via your doctor. So yeah, it is another product that I really enjoy using, but I just need to get into the habit of using it more. Then the last product that I finished up at my parents' house is this one right here. This is The Ordinary EUK 134 serum. This one I really actually enjoyed. It's a serum. I think it's a peptide serum. I honestly can't really remember because I bought this quite a while ago and I kept it at my parents' house. And but the reason why I like it is obviously because it has really good skin benefits, but it also is slightly like oily, but in a good way. So it's really moisturizing. It works really well for me under makeup because it is oily. Sounds like something bad underneath your makeup, but it's not. It's not like oily, just have a little bit of a slick to it, and it's really nice, like I said, under makeup. It's really moisturizing, which I enjoy, and that's why I enjoy the serum so much. Yeah, so I probably would repurchase this again, but I'm going through quite a lot of skincare at the moment, so I don't think it's something that I'm going to pick up right at this moment. But if I ever make an order from The Ordinary again, I'll definitely pick up the serum. So now let's move on to the products that I actually have here, and let's move straight into another Ordinary product. This one is my niacinamide and zinc serum. This one again I really quite like. Niacinamide has really good skin benefits, and they're really good for me as well because it really targets my skin concerns, particularly like large pores and texture and things like that. It's really good for that, and yeah, I do like the serum. Again, it's a similar thing to the EUK one. I don't think I'm going to pick this up right at this point in time because I'm working through other products, but it's definitely one that I would consider again once I place an order from The Ordinary. Next up we have an SPF. This is the Biore UV Water Essence SPF 50 plus PA++++, and this is the Aqua Rich one. I really love this. This is my go-to SPF. I think it's really good because it is quite light and it sinks into the skin very quickly. When you first apply it, since you apply quite a lot of SPF normally, I feel like it can sit on top of your skin a little bit, and it's very liquidy like I said, but it sinks in really fast and it works really well on the makeup because it doesn't leave a white cast, it doesn't leave like a weird film on your face. If you just leave it in for like a couple of minutes, it does completely sink into your skin, which is why I like it so much. So I do have another one of these on the go already, and I think this is probably the SPF that I'm going to continue repurchasing. I have two kind of mini products. The first one is the Eucerin Hyaluron Filler, which is a night cream. I just got this as a sample and I'm trying to get rid of some small products like this before my move, so I did use this up. Nothing special, to be honest. I know my mum really likes this brand, but like I said, it's not something special for me. It's quite a moisturizing night cream, which is something that I do enjoy though. But currently I'm using the CeraVe like really rich moisturizer for dry skin, and that is my favorite moisturizer. So yeah, this one is fine, but it's nothing special. Then the second one is actually one that I have in a project, and normally I don't add things into my empties until projects are done, but like I said, I am moving and I don't want to save empties in my moves, so I did want to include it into this video now. And this is the Martian Mattifying Melting Water Gel Toner from Sunday Riley. Again, it's a sample that I got quite a while ago and I just needed to move it out, so I rolled this into a product for a lotion, I think that was the prompt. Yeah, I never really loved this serum and I still don't love it, so I don't think I would ever repurchase it. But yeah, it was decent, it worked on the makeup, and Sunday Riley is a really good brand. So I have other things that I really like from her, but this one was not one of them. We have another moisturizer. This is a full-size one though, and this one comes from Laneige, and this is the, I think it's Cica sleeping mask, and I did use this one up. It's completely empty, as you'll be able to see. I did quite like this moisturizer as well. Cica is really good for your skin if you have dry skin, but it's not super heavy. It is still pretty heavy though, but I use this a lot under makeup because my skin gets really dry, especially in winter, and I need something quite hydrating. So yeah, this one was really good for me under makeup, and that's how I finished it off. But I don't think I would purchase this again, because again I'm using the CeraVe moisturizer, which is cheaper and I think works better for me. So before we move into the makeup empties that I have two empties that are not quite done, but again I will probably finish these up in the next couple of days, and I do want to throw them away when I throw away all my other things before the move. So I'm just going to share them with you in this video. But the first one is the Estee Lauder Gentle Eye Makeup Remover. Since I use waterproof mascara, this one doesn't work for me as an eye makeup remover, but it's quite nice as like a makeup remover and as like a second step. Usually what I do is I use my eye makeup remover, which is the Nivea, the dual face eye makeup remover, and that works the absolute best for me as my eye makeup remover. So I use that on my eyes, and then I usually kind of take the residue and I use it on my face just to get the bulk of my makeup off. And then what I've done sometimes is I use this as a second kind of micellar water rather than eye makeup remover, and that works really well to get rid of the last bit of makeup. And then usually I do use a cleanser afterwards just to cleanse my skin. But as you can see, I just have like this much left, so I think I probably can use this maybe once, max twice. So this will be done very soon, and that's why I wanted to include it into this video. It's nice. I got this from a friend who didn't want to use it because she has very sensitive skin. But yeah, it's not my favorite, but it does work. Then we have another almost empty product. This is the Beauty Water by Son & Park. This is like an essence that I use. I think you can use it as a cleanser as well as a moisturizer. It's like a multi-purpose product, but I mainly use it as a essence, like I said. Sometimes I do use it to get rid of leftover makeup, similarly to how I use this, but I like leaving this on my skin because I feel like it has more skin benefits in the product, so I'd rather leave it on my skin for longer. I really love this packaging, by the way. I think it's very simple, very kind of modern modern, and I do really like it. Currently I'm down here, as you can see, so I think this will probably take me like maybe 3-4 more days to use up. Honestly, how I usually apply this is just I dump some out on my hand, and then I just pat it between my hands and just pat it on my face, because I feel like I waste less product that way rather than using cotton pads. And sometimes I use several layers of this if my skin is really dry, and I think it works really well. I have quite a few essences in my collection, so I don't think I would repurchase this at the moment, but it is really nice. And like I said again, I like the packaging, I like the product, so it's definitely a contender to repurchase in the future. But yeah, I am almost done with this, so I will probably throw this away before my move, which is in a week's time. So that's why I wanted to include it into this Empties. So I have the last two products, which are makeup empties, and the first one is quite a boring one. It is my Lash Sensational Mascara from Maybelline. This one is my go-to mascara. I really like this. I think this one and the Sky High mascaras are my favorites. So yeah, I already have another one of these on the go that is already actually getting quite dry, because usually what I do with mascaras is when they start getting dry and I don't feel like I get the right effect from them anymore, I repurchase another one. And then usually, because they are quite wet to start with, they don't hold the curl as well, so I usually use the one that is quite dry as like the first coat, and then I use the new one as kind of like the building coat to get the impact. So I usually have mascaras kind of overlapping, so when I finish one up, I usually only have about like maybe a month and a half with the other mascara that I used finished before I buy a new one. I do like this one, and like I said, I already have one on the go. I think next time I will pick up the Sky High, because I like actually alternating them, so having, like I said, when I do have two mascaras on the go, having one of each rather than two of the same. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do. But last time I picked up the new batch of mascaras, they didn't have the Sky High in stock, so that's why I decided to pick up two of these. But yeah, I do like these mascaras, and I will definitely repurchase them. Then the very last product that I have is one of my Colourpop cream gel liners. This one is in the shade Piggy Bank, which is the purple. I did finish this off end of last year, and I don't have anything left in here because the little knob that was left fell out on the floor. But yeah, I do like this. It was a really nice pencil to use, and it was definitely one that was a bit easier for me to finish up than some of the other Colourpop cream gel liners. Firstly, because this was still very creamy. Second, because it is a bit deeper, so I could use it to line my upper lash line, because I feel like some of the other shades are a bit too light for that. They don't really give enough definition, but this one did. So that's how I used it up towards the end, and I did really enjoy this. But I will not repurchase the Colourpop cream gel liners because they do dry out so fast, and they're not my favorite eyeliners anymore, so I will definitely try different brands. I think I'm looking into the LA Girls ones, as well as the Linda Hallberg ones. So those are probably two brands that I'm going to try next when I finish up the remaining Colourpop cream gel liners that I have. So those were all of the empties that I have to share with you for December. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. My next video after this will be my makeup empties for the year. So all of the makeup that I finished off in 2021 will be shared in that video, and I have quite a few things to share with you. I love doing those videos because you actually realize just how much you finished up. Because I feel like doing empties like this month I only had 2 products, which makes you feel like you don't finish up that much, but then when you put them all together you realize just how much you finished. So I'm excited for you to see that video going up in 2 days. So I think it's going up on Sunday. But that is it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, I will catch you in my next one. Bye guys.